Welcome back to City Insider. This is a YouTube channel for news, stories, and analysis surrounding Manchester City Football Club. I will update new video every day. Like, subscribe and turn on notifications to support me. Matheus Nunes make his Man City debut this weekend. The Portugal star completed a controversial deadline day transfer to the Premier League champions from Wolves for £53 million. City were desperate to bring in a new playmaking midfielder after talisman Kevin De Bruyne was ruled out for up to 4 months. The club initially failed to agree a deal to poach Lucas Paqueta from West Ham before turning their attention to Nunes. City saw an initial bid for the 25-year-old rejected before Nunes refused to train with his Wolves teammates in order to force through a switch to the Etihad. His eventual arrival came in time for the midfielder to be included in City's squad for the 5-1 win over Fulham, but he was an unused substitute. The Portuguese international is likely to make his bow for City at the London Stadium against West Ham this Saturday. Nunes' deadline day transfer meant he had precious little time to train with his new teammates after a brief period on strike. But the former Sporting Lisbon star was left out of Roberto Martinez's latest Portugal squad for their Euro 2024 qualifiers. This has meant Nunes has been able to spend the international break getting used to his new surroundings at the Etihad campus. His bedding-in process at City also follows fellow new signing Jeremy Doku. The Belgian winger was also relegated to an unused substitute role for the first City match he was available for following his move from Rennes. Doku failed to leave the bench during the club's 2-1 victory over Sheffield United last month, but was then thrust into the starting 11 a week later. Meanwhile, Nunes expressed his delight at sealing his dream move to City in his first interview since making the trip up north. "I'm so happy to be joining Manchester City, the champions of Europe and a club I've admired for a long time," he said. The opportunity to work under Pep Guardiola, one of the greatest managers ever, and alongside some of the best players in the world was something I couldn't turn down. I've learned so much during my season at Wolves, and I'm excited to continue improving in the Premier League, division which brings the best out of me. I'm really excited to get going, meet the fans, and hopefully be a part of plenty more success at City. Cole Palmer reveals factors in his move to Chelsea. Cole Palmer's decision to leave Manchester City came after the promise of more chances at Chelsea. The forward, who starred in midfield for England's under-21s during Monday's victory in Luxembourg, made 41 appearances for City, but only 3 of those were Premier League starts. Palmer assessed his situation after scoring the crucial equaliser in last month's Super Cup win against Sevilla and surmised that his game time was not going to improve under Pep Guardiola. Chelsea had registered tentative interest earlier in the summer and intensified that ahead of deadline day, securing a shock £42.5 million move for the 21-year-old. "I'm not saying I shied away from the competition for places at City, because I've never done that," Palmer said. "I'd been there, around the first team, for a few years and wanted more of an opportunity to play in my position and to have more of an impact. It was a huge decision. When I left the training ground on the Thursday, I knew I was going to London the next day. It all just hit me, sat in the car and going to drive out. I was just thinking, you've been here 15 years, I don't know any different. I've never been on loan. I've never moved out of Manchester. The only time I've ever been outside of Manchester is on holiday or away games. Going there does feel weird, but there is no time to waste. I've got to get to it." Raheem Sterling, Levi Colwill and Noni Madueke all lobbied for Palmer to join them at Stamford Bridge. Palmer made his debut last week, coming off the bench in a midfield role as Chelsea chased the game against Nottingham Forest. Barcelona really want to sign Haaland. It has been reported that Barcelona are keen on being in the race to sign Manchester City megastar Erling Haaland in the near future. This comes from 90 Minutes, as the £51 million, Sky Sports, man's future has been a topic of speculation since the day he joined City. Now, it seems like Barcelona are plotting on how to complete a move for Erling Haaland in years to come. Branded as an amazing guy by Ilkay Gundogan, there is no disputing that the 23-year-old is the outright best striker in the world, winning the treble in his debut campaign at Manchester City. Haaland scored a staggering 52 goals, while breaking the Premier League's goal record for not just 38, but also a 42-game season with 36 goals. Now, it has been revealed that Barcelona are preparing to make a move for Erling Haaland already. The Norwegian goalscorer is viewed as the long-term successor to Robert Lewandowski. Further details suggest that due to Pep Guardiola extending his contract until 2024, the release clause in the former Borussia Dortmund number 9's deal that could have been triggered in the same year no longer exists. but Barcelona have a chance to activate the clause in 2025 for Erling Haaland, in which he could be allowed to leave at a fixed fee, which is believed to be £150 million. Year on year, the fee is also set to reduce, as per the report, which is Xavi's side are already readying themselves to ensure they can sign one, if not the best player in the world at a set fee. Only time will tell whether Erling Haaland fancies a move to Barcelona, as currently, he has no reason to leave Manchester City for any club in world football. Pep Guardiola was criticised for Man United's treble win. United won the Premier League, FA Cup and Champions League in a stunning 10-day period under Sir Alex Ferguson, coming from behind to score 2 stoppage-time goals at the Nou Camp. Teddy Sheringham bagged the winner before Ole Gunnar Solskjaer scored the iconic goal in the dying embers. The treble was a one-time deal in English until rivals City replicated it in the 2022-23 season under Guardiola. After winning the Premier League for a third year in a row, City beat United in the FA Cup final at Wembley before Rodri's goal against Inter Milan secured the Blues a first Champions League. Beforehand, Guardiola had said he was in the stands as a youngster when United made it a trip of trophies. It was once in a lifetime in the UK. One team. It was United, the way they won against Bayern Munich in Camp Nou. He told Sky Sports prior to a game against Brighton, "I was there as a little boy," but the unusual claim about his age caused a huge stir, with plenty of people debunking the Catalan's comment. One fan said, "As a little boy, I never knew 28 was a little boy's age," while another wrote, "Little boy, 28-year-old footballer that already won 15 titles for Barcelona and Olympic gold medal." A third commented, "What is he even talking about? He was 28 and played 26 games for Barcelona that season." A fourth added, "Pep, you were 28 years old and the captain of Barcelona in 1999. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.